Welcome back to Crosstoy Garage. I am Nick.
I'm a buddy.
You're what? And Aiden. Okay. On today's episode, we are getting the old Ford ready for vacation. We are going to do some general maintenance, and we're also going to do a whole new set of shoes. So, what we got here, I ordered up off the old Jungle website. Got a great deal on these, actually. Trailblade ATs. ATs all-terrain, by the way. These are, I believe, 215s, 85 16s. These are really, really good tires. They're really aggressive tires. And I've always had some not so aggressive tires on this, and I have traction problems. Too much torque. This, I think, will solve that problem, especially when I'm towing a 38-foot trailer that's, almost 11,000 pounds. Anyway, so yeah, I think these are great. These are load-rated E's. So this is actually rated for single load, like 2,800 pounds. And so the problem that I just discovered is the tires that I have on there now are not that. They are only rated for 1,160 pounds each. Now, that's not a problem in the rear because obviously I have 4 tires in the rear. But the problem comes
You have 6 tires.
in the front. I have the 7.3 gigantic Power Stroke diesel engine in this. Okay, this front end is really heavy. I
Why
mean,
did you not jet this up?
well, because we're going to get to the front later.
We have 6 tires and
Right.
6
Well, we
wheels.
actually have 7 tires to change because we're also changing the spare tire that's underneath the truck. So,
This had a spare tire.
so I'm pushing like 4,400 pounds in the front of this, and then I do a weight distribution bar, which it actually takes load from the rear and pushes it to the front of the truck. So I'm actually putting, I really don't know how much I'm putting. I could be putting upwards of 6,000 pounds on the front. And for tires that are only rated for 2,400 pounds each, or, not each, but together combined 2,400 pounds, that's dangerous. That's really dangerous. So time to get rid of those and go for these. So I'm really excited. See, load range E, and yeah, 2,680 pounds. Sorry, I think I said 2,800 earlier. No, it's 2,680, and that's for a single load. So that's great. That is, still technically, if you do the math, if I am pushing 6,000 pounds on the front, I'm still overloaded, but far more within tolerance than those. So we got the old manual tire changer out. We're going to go ahead and push the 2 6-ton jack stands underneath there to support this thing to keep us safe while we take those tires off. So Aiden, the viewers, they haven't seen us in a while. We've been we've been busy. We've been
like giving me my own.
oh, yeah, that's right. We recently remodeled the shop again. As you're figuring out as you go what works best for you in your shop. So our old method was not working for us anymore. It was shove everything off to one side to try to clear a path to bring in the vehicles you're working on or projects that you're working on, and then when you don't have parts for those, you set those aside, and it piled up in here. There was way too much stuff in here, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it was overwhelming. So
Like the same thing.
we actually have,
Like the same reason why we built the pool.
and as you can see over here, there is a new garage door.
Which button do you push to open them?
It'd be the big one. Here, take it off the stand there. There you go. So I went ahead, and if you noticed in my videos, there's my tool room. The forklift used to sit here, and then I used to have cabinets there, but then I had lawnmowers and go-karts and everything shoved off in front of the GTO, and you couldn't even get to the front of the GTO anymore, and you could barely even get back to walk to the tool room. So
That's why you built that.
right, so there's always been a lean-to,
That's where the boat used to
carport, whatever one you want to call it, along the entire side of the
It
shop.
was like, it's a boat place basically.
Whoa, there's the wind.
Yeah. It's like it's a boat holding place. That's where we use.
Well, and that is where I stored my boat, and
Now it's over there.
honestly a bunch of my garbage. I mean, but you had no way of accessing it through the shop.
You have to go up shop.
You had to go around and come in, and it wasn't enclosed. You know, now it's semi-enclosed. You know, it's got a little. I'm going to be putting some screen along there, and then at the very end, so we'll show you.
Still not closed.
Yeah, I don't have the lights on in here, but there's the kids trailer. Right there, covered up, is the '64 Mustang.
I didn't
Actually-
know that was the Mustang.
Yep, '64 Mustangs right there on the side of your trailer.
And then,
And then our enclosed trailer,
and then
utility enclosed trailer. More projects. There's the forklift, which actually helped me get all this work done. It does run.
I don't know. You used it once. Like we.
Oh yeah, I had a blast. I was out ripping around the yard and everything with it because the ground was frozen. Those are
No, I was,
hard tires on
no,
there.
like in here once. You used it.
Oh yeah, I used it in here. And then the old lawn tractor. Got some cabinets hung up. I do have lights in here. I just don't have them hardwired yet. So I just plug them with an extension cord. But I will get to that. That's a work in progress. But this used to be filled up with my boat.
A
So
bunch of.
and a bunch of wood and stuff. It's stuff we stored in here. So now we actually have a functioning space to store stuff. That's what it's dedicated to. It's just storage facility basically. At that end, in the next week or so, hopefully, I'm going to be pouring a footing that goes all the way across. You can't see it. It's all in front of the trailer. Yeah, and then framing in that wall and putting in roll-up garage door on that end as well.
Just like this one.
Then I'll put screen in all along here to just keep, raccoons and stuff like that out. And then this will be a completely locked-in, sealed storage facility. So
And you
I'll
said
feel
you
better.
Put a stove over there.
Yeah. So then that's another thing is
How
so
come this?
yeah. Go ahead and close that. Big button, Nathan. Oh no, the battery died. Oh no, you got it. Okay. So this shop gets cold because obviously, hello, no insulation. So now we have a new to us, but used. Oh, well, I got a little dirty, didn't I? Pellet stove. I had to rehab that, take all the guts out of it, clean them all out, rebuild it, rebuild the motor. I actually took apart the electrical blower motor in it and cleaned it all out, resurfaced everything, put it all back together, got the bearings free. Those were locked up. And then installed it and put it through the roof. So now we have heat over here, kind of next to kind of our work area, if you want to say, if you want to call it that. But then we had the GTO and the Camaro. And then back here was a big, huge potbelly stove that was actually made for a shop. It was ginormous. It was huge. And then it piped into there and went up. So, but it had rusted out. It was garbage. It was unsafe to use. So I actually have another wood stove to go in here, and then I'll pipe that in. I got some cracks I got to fill and fix, and I might wrap this with something to kind of support it, because we are an earthquake zone here. We do have earthquakes. We had a couple the last couple weeks actually. So I don't want that falling on my cars. That's always been a concern. Now the loft is supporting it now, holding it, but still an issue we need to address. But now we actually have some room to get in here. Got the parts washer. I can get to my shelves. It's functioning. It's flowing better in here, right? Right? Now, you want to show them your area, your zone? We're still work in progress. We got to clean all this out, but this is Aiden's zone. This is his area. He's got his tools. Oh,
Tools I have in here.
I know. We're going to be getting you some more. He got himself a new impact drill, so that's cool. But he'll be able to fill all these drawers up, and he's got kind of a little workbench area here that's actually on the brake lathe, but it's a good platform, solid steel. So yeah, and then we're gonna put some new lighting in here. I gotta clean off all these shelves all around in here. Yeah, I know, it's kind of Mickey Mouse. Whoever built this loft, if you want to call it, before I bought this place, it's Mickey Mouse. I wanted to tear it down since the day I got this place, but you know, I have to just chew off a little bit at a time. Like, those stairs are the most dangerous stairs I've ever seen in my entire life. And then what doesn't help, Aiden?
I put a bunch of nails up there.
You put millions of nails up there.
I said a bunch.
Not a bunch. You put a million. There's nails here and here, and oh, look at all those nails. You just reach your hand up as you're walking up or down those stairs, and you just grab a whole handful of nails. So yeah, all this has got to get torn down.
This is my book.
The plan is eventually, see that opening right there in the loft is actually for a staircase that's going to come down, hit a landing, turn, and then come back down to the concrete landing right there.
You can actually get up there.
So then you can, yeah, you'll be able to walk up these stairs into the loft,
Put a railing.
and then you'll be able to, right in the center here, there's going to be a catwalk that goes all the way down with hand railings. Don't worry, I'm not totally unsafe. Hand railings go all the way down with it and into that loft. So then you can access both lofts off that one staircase. So plans, we've got plans. It takes us a long time to get to the plans, but we're trying.
But
So,
at the end it looks,
plan for today.
at the end it looks the plan. It's actually look.
I'd like to get at least one tire mounted today because we're running low on the clock here. We're gonna go ahead and get these guys off today, at least get one of them changed, because I'm dying to see what it looks like on this truck, because these are really cool tires. I am super impressed. I didn't even do a lot of research, really. I just went in there and, yep, those look good. Those are actually pretty cheap. So, yep, order six of those up. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna change those. We'll have 6 new ones, and then these front ones, one of the front ones is newer than the other. And yeah, I know it's not quite load rated, but I'm going to take that. I'm going to put that on the spare. That way, at least I have something that'll get me to the next exit. Because the one on the spare is probably, oh, I don't know, 20 years old. That won't work. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to push those under there, set it down. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. And no more trying to be barbarics and trying to set beads. I got a bead blaster.
That's what that is.
That's a bead setter. Yep.
It shoots beads.
Filled up with compressed air, and you actually stick the nose of it right on the rim, in between the tire and the rim, and you pull the trigger and it exhausts all of that compressed air, poof, and it actually poof sets the bead on the tire. So the days of, well, I've done it many ways. Ratchet straps around the tire to pull the center in to push the beads out, and then just trying to hit it with air to seat the bead. Or I also, the unsafe way, the fun way, but the unsafe way.
On the go-kart thing.
Well, yeah, we've done that too.
Fire.
So, yeah, you do the starter fluid and pray as you light it. I don't recommend doing that, by the way. Those things really do, they blow up. They can really hurt or kill somebody.
At
so
that time.
then that's why I believe, and this was $53 or something like that on Jungle website. And
Is it Amazon?
it is. But you get it Amazon, the Amazon
Rainforest.
Jungle Rainforest. Yeah. No, okay. So anyway, that's why we call it the Jungle website. Anyway,
The rain.
yeah. We don't need to call them out directly. They're not a sponsor of ours or anything. So, actually, it was a really good deal. I looked around, and just the single tank one with the valve that you just try to, switch as fast as you can to exhaust the air out. Those were running like $120, $130, $135, I think it was one of them. And then I came across this one, and with all the mechanisms that are on there that I'm sure cost, that was like $53 or $55 or whatever this thing was. That was a heck of a deal. Like, I had to jump on that. That's great, and it works great. I've already tried it. So anyway, let's jump over here. Let's get those under and set down and get some tires off, and we will be back. Alrighty, there we go, folks. We got one dismounted and mounted up, and you can see that tire is a bit taller. Those tires that are actually on there, my father bought them, I don't know, about 2009. Somebody bought them for their dually and changed their mind, wrecked their truck, sold their truck. I'm not sure what happened. Anyway, put them on the old interwebs and sold them. My dad was able to snap them up pretty cheap. They've lasted all these years. They've done a good job. They lacked the traction. That was a big problem. They lacked the traction. But the other problem is they were 225 75 16s. These ones are 215s 85s 16s. So these are the actual size that's supposed to be on this rig. So now my speedometer should read correct. So ever since I put those tires on, they did not. It just didn't read right. It was like 10 miles per hour off, 9 miles per hour off, something like that. Anyway, at least when the cops pulled me over, that's the story. I stuck to it. But anyway, No, it's because I was actually going slower than I was actually going. So I never got pulled over. But, so, this is the right match. I love the look of these. It's gonna give me a lot of good traction. I really believe it will. Good tires, good price. $99 a piece. I mean, that's pretty good. $100 a tire.
So then $600.
Yeah, $600 for all of them. So that's, you know, that's a great deal. You know, if I was to go to the old tire shop there, you know, I'm probably looking at about $1,800 to have tires put on this thing. Realistically, you know, and then more because I wanted the spare tire change too. So, you know, that gets expensive. So we're going to do it ourselves. We're also going to do a little bit of body work here. This damage was actually because of a big ice chunk. Believe it or not. We were having a really bad winter one year, and well, I did. I got stuck. I couldn't go forwards, so I started going backwards, and there was a big pile of ice built up on the back there, and I backed it. When I backed into it, and then tried driving forwards, I actually sucked it up in the wheel here, and it got lodged in here, and it broke this little bit off. So I'm really thinking about coming back in here, glassing this, getting some of this new stick-on fancy chrome, and replacing all the stick-on chrome all the way down both sides of the rig. I think that would really jazz it up. Got a little bit of scuff damage there. I can't remember what that was from. Probably job site. You know, this truck spent many years, many years on commercial job sites, and had a big, huge rack on it with boxes. And
this would be a good truck too.
Oh well, yeah, that's what this truck was for. This was for building commercial buildings. You know, we carried all the tools, and I mean, we had all the air hoses and cords and everything. It was a big, huge. Actually, you know what? Come to think of it, I think. So picture that while I look through this mess here. Well, there you go. There it is. So we're gonna go, because this is the driver's side, we're gonna go on the driver's side. So picture this truck, right? Actually, the picture's from behind, so picture the truck, and that's what the truck used to look like for many years. Toolboxes were painted to match the truck, and so this truck has seen a lot of abuse, honestly, and it's in really good shape for what it's done, to be honest. So now it's just a family rig, towing the big trailer. Every once in a while, you know, I could use it for doing a job here and there or whatever. Pulling my backhoe, stuff like that if I wanted to. But that's what it used to look like. We got rid of the rack. That thing was so heavy. All the tools and everything, and it was like 3,000 pounds in the bed of this truck. And you can imagine what it did for the fuel mileage. So, yeah. No, didn't want to hold on to that no more. But yep, I think that was a couple years, maybe 2 years old, when the truck was about 2 years old. Is there a date on it? No, there's no date on it. But that's what it looks like. About 2 years old. And yeah. So I'm glad we got some new tires on here. Some new aggressive tires. I mean, look at the difference between the treads. You know, and technically there's still tread on those tires. They're not at end of life by any means. But they're so old Some of them are date coded back to 2008. And yeah, they're dry rotting. You can see the cracking all around the bead. And that's just not safe. Not safe to be rolling around with the family in. So, especially at the front, you know, your steers, you always worry about the steer tires. You know, if I blow one of these, I got backups, obviously. But you're more able to control the vehicle if you lose a rear tire than you do a front steer tire. Well, it's usually once it digs into the pavement, you know, you blow that tire, it's going to pull you really hard. So anyway, I think I'm going to take a pause for the night. I think we've oh, Aiden got to use the new blaster. What'd you think of it? You like it?
I'm glad you not have broken eardrums.
Well, it was a little loud, yeah. I got that. But yeah, you're supposed to wear earplugs. So we're going to pretend and say you wore earplugs when you did that, right?
You don't have those.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm bending up my... That's how hard it is to get these tires on and off. Like, this is not made for doing those types of tires, but, you know, it technically is getting the job done. So, I just maybe have to straighten it out a little bit. But, yeah, there's the old tires. And, you know, there is life left on them. But just not... These are strictly highway tires. That's all these are, just straight highway tires. And that's how you can tell is just the straight channels and not very aggressive grooves. There's nothing for it really to bite on. But those other ones, man, they're gonna be great. I can go up in the snow again. That'd be cool. Alrighty, I'm gonna take a pause. We will be back. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see what we're doing tomorrow and come out here and play some more. Because we got to get ready. We're going to be heading south. So that's going to be fun. For spring break. Yeah. Alrighty. Alrighty, welcome back. I can't find my button to start the camera, so I have to walk behind it every time, I guess. That's okay. Well, it's been a couple days, and let me show you what we've gotten done so far. We got the new rubber all installed. Those are some really, really nice tires. I mean, nice, aggressive grip. Yeah, really nice tires. And so, it's kind of funny. I took the spare tire off that was up underneath here, and it has been used. You can tell it's been used a little bit, but I date coated it, and when I date coated that tire came back to the 16th week of 1996. It is an original tire to this truck. So, good thing, changed that as well. So now we have 6 brand new tires and a fairly new spare tire underneath. So, good to go. Next thing to do on the list here is oil change. I know what you're saying. Well, that's a lot of oil. It is. 15 quarts of oil. Yeah. Normal vehicle, typically on the road, is about 5 quarts of oil. So, definitely takes quite a bit. So, and we're also going to put some motor honey in there. Because, well, oil alone is not enough. It says it right there. So why not? Actually, this stuff is really good for diesel engines, especially this particular engine, because the way these motors work They actually work off of firing the injector off of oil pressure. So kind of helps. Oh, we got tons of synthetic 1540. Got the Motocraft oil filter, so that's good. I steer away from Fram. I don't really like that stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm basically gonna pour this Motor Honey. This is 1 quart, and you can see just how thick this stuff is. It's really thick, takes a long time for it to get in the motor. So the best thing you can do is put it inside one of these jugs and then take your regular motor oil, pour it on top of it, kind of mix it in, thins it out a little bit, easier to pour in and faster to pour in the motor as well. So yeah, good times. Just gonna sit here and drip for 45 minutes now. Should have done this a while ago while I was setting things up. I didn't think of that. Anyway, so then the next thing on the list after I get this oil changed, I have to take the fan off of it. I have aftermarket fans on this, on the coolers, on the oil cooler and the transmission cooler, to try to help, because I tow a lot of weight. So I try to keep the temperatures down as far as I can, especially with the transmission. This is a fresh rebuild transmission. I want to actually protect it. So I'd love to be able to run about 180 degrees, 190 degrees all the time with the transmission. But there is times that it gets up to about 220. I've had it up to about 245, and then it started cooking things. And that was before the rebuild, so obviously I had some slippage in there, and torque converter was kind of, the torque converter lockup was actually slipping, not working the way it was supposed to, so it was creating a lot of heat. So what I'm going to do is I have to take the grill out of it and take the fans off of what I have now, because I have the fans actually mounted in front of the transmission cooler and in front of the oil cooler. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually build a shroud, a metal shroud that goes on the coolers, and we're going to put the fans on the back side of the coolers, so, and then reverse the motor so they actually suck in air through the coolers. Right now they're in front of the cooler, pushing air through the coolers, but in doing that I'm also restricting airflow because I have the fan mounted on the front, blocking natural airflow. So I know it was, when I put them on, I knew it was a no-no. I knew that's not the way I originally wanted to do it, but I just didn't have time to do it the proper way. So I'm not saying I have the time to do it the proper way now, but I'm going to find time. That's the word. We will make up a, it's like snot. We will make up a cooler shroud and try to do it properly. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do it for the oil cooler, but I will. Jeez almighty, man. So they just don't want you to get those out, do they? But I will definitely do it to the transmission cooler because, you know, I'm towing so much weight. These are kind of neat. I mean, keeps the plastic jugs out of the landfill. That's kind of cool, right? Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll just pour that sucker in there. There you go. Well, we still got a little bit more in there, but so we have 6 quarts ready to go. We'll let that kind of sit and stew. Shake it up a bit. Try to get that motor, honey, kind of thinned up a little bit so it'll flow better. And I still haven't drained the oil yet out of this set, but wanted to kind of give you guys heads up what's going on. Those tires look really good on there. Looks pretty slick. And these are just Amazon tires. Oh, sorry, Jungle website tires. Forgot. Yeah, and I know a lot of people, they go, what, really? You would actually put, you know, those type of tires on your vehicles? Yeah, actually, absolutely. I've got these tires that I buy off that website on multiple vehicles around here. Even my big trailer, you know, we left out, well, 10,500 pounds. Those have had tires on there for about 5 years and haven't had a problem. So I know a lot of people are concerned. They come from overseas and they're a softer rubber compound, but I honestly haven't had any issues. None. These tires are really super stiff, real nice. Of course, they're load rated E's. You know, they're designed to carry a lot of weight, and that's why they're so stiff. But still, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with these tires. So, what are they? Let's see what they are. Trail Blade ATs, which is all terrains, and what is that? A Turo. Okay, well, ATTURO. All right, well, I'm impressed. So far, I'm impressed. Of course, I haven't road tested them yet, but I didn't even balance them, honestly. What you try to typically do is they have a yellow dot and a red dot, and so that's them factory balancing the tire, and that's kind of what it is where they seam is where it determines, you know, the cap basically. So I always line that up with the whatever you call that. God, I can't think today. Yeah, I usually line those up with the red little dot there. So then that kind of helps balance it out. And I really haven't any issues. I've done, let's see, 4 or 5 sets here on different vehicles, and didn't even have to balance them. There's no shake, no wobble, no nothing. So hopefully this is the same. But yeah. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and drain on the oil here. I gotta go pick up the kids here from school. I'm behind on projects. I wanted to get the oil changed in this and get this thing turned around, maybe wash it even, get it turned around so we can start pulling the front end apart on this to start start working on the coolers, and then oh yeah, I got another project I got to do. I want to get this on the GTO. So right now the GTO is sitting there. It doesn't have a carburetor on it. I had to swipe it for the Mustang. My Holly 4-barrel decided to get all jammed up on me. So I got this one, Edelbrock ABS 2, and it's a electronic choke. And I've never actually had a choke hooked up to that, so that'll be cool. So I'd like to get this on there so we can at least move the thing around, maybe drive it. I know I've got the tri-power still to go on it. I know I still got to rebuild on those, but it's going to cost me quite a bit of money to buy all the rebuild kits and extra linkages and parts and stuff like that I need. So for the meantime, I'll have the 4-barrel. But there's the tri-power, original '66 tri-power. So, but I'm missing some linkages to go on there, and then just full rebuild kits, screws, what have you. And then I also have to get an air pan, ram air pan to fit on there, and then we'll be set to go. I've got the 4-barrel ram air 4-barrel pan that goes on here. The gasket deteriorated, so it's not on there yet. But because I adapted to a 4-barrel from a non-factory 4-barrel, because it had a quadjet on there before, and then originally I had a Holly on there, and then I also had the Edelbrock on there. I had to put a spacer, an adapter plate, to go from the stock intake manifold to a Edelbrock or whatever 4-barrel. So I'm 1 inch higher than what I'm supposed to be, so then my air pan doesn't actually work. So that's why you have not seen it on the vehicle with the hood on. With the hood off, I had it on there and it looked really cool. So anyway, that's another project that I will hopefully one of these days get done. Like I said, I was hoping to get this done today, but I'm behind. So I'll be back. Alrighty, welcome back. Another day, another project. So I showed you earlier that, move you in here, there was a little boo-boo on the fender here. I'll scoot you down so you can actually see. This corner was knocked off. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add another corner, cut this, trim this up a little bit, probably up here. I've got a new piece of chrome. It's a little bit too shiny, but I'll dull it up and try to make it match and lay it in there. So it's just good enough. We'll fill up some of the little boo-boo spots, and then I'm going to go ahead and repaint this section here just to dull this up a little. It's not going to be perfect. I'm not a professional at this, but I'm going to give it a shot. So this is what I'm working with. I got some fiberglass resin jelly, the hardener, I've got the paint, got some sandpaper. I do have some body filler, lightweight body filler that I could throw on there afterwards to smooth it all out. And then I'm also going to, once I put that jelly on there and form it, I'm going to push on the backside fiberglass matting just to reinforce it. That's not really what the professionals do. Otherwise, I'd be using actual mat and creating that, which is usually how I do fiberglass, but this is just what I have laying around. I don't want to have to go buy a bunch of materials, so we're going to give it a shot and see what happens. And hey, if it falls off, it falls off. All right, no big deal. I'm going to go ahead and mix up some jelly, and we're going to see what happens here. Alrighty, well, the fiberglass jelly bakes over there, and I've also got some body filler on those little tiny little holes. We're going to jump over here to another project, and that where'd my lever go? There it is. Ugh. Something I've been meaning to do for a little while now, and that is, well, notice something missing? Yeah. I stole the carburetor off of this guy to put on the 64.5 Mustang to move it from storage locations. So I have to get another carburetor on here, and I have a brand new Edelbrocken. I got a brand new Edelbrock that goes on there. So this one is a electronic choke as well. So for the first time ever, I'll have choke. Go figure. That's pretty cool. So I got to get that gasket cleaned up, and then we're gonna get this guy. Let's see what we need here. I need to figure out the carburetor linkage again. So, yeah, okay. It just went on there like that. Can't remember which hole it went in, but we'll find out. We'll figure it out, right? Oh, anyway, let's get that on there. Let's, I don't know if I'm gonna hook the choke up quite today. I don't know. Well, we'll see if I have time. We'll see how well that sets up. But I also need to find a power wire off of ignition, so then that way I can pull power for the electronic choke, which would be nice to actually have some choke, because I've never had it. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna gather up some tools. We're gonna start throwing this guy on there and take it from there. See what happens. All right, there you go, folks. Got it dialed in. Adjusted the timing just a tiny little bit. Now that I have it at a different RPM. Slightly higher than what I had it before, but it seems to work great. Sounds good. She's happy. Ready for the road. Holding steady. Got her dialed in pretty good. So basically what you do is this controls the right side, this controls the left side. You got two jets in there. So you dial it in, you want it as lean as possible. And when you get it as lean as possible, you actually have more vacuum. So she's happy. I'm glad. I can move this thing around whenever I need to. That's basically it. I don't have any plans on driving it right now, but you know, I just needed it to be able to move in and out of the shop when I need it. Yeah, the idle's a little bit higher than what I would like. I might just bring that down just a bump. But, oh, lost my screwdriver. Might just dial that back down just a bump. fall back down here. Well, maybe just a little bit more. Oh, that's too much. Whip the throttle just a tiny bit. We'll see where she lands. That's not bad. Let's see what the exhaust note says. That sounds pretty good. So, it's ready for the road, but not really taking it on the road. It's just mobile again, so that's good. Maybe this summer, when the weather gets good. Maybe I'll take her for a cruise. Bring you guys along with. Alright, I'm going to jump back on that truck. Alrighty, so this is how far I've gotten so far. I've already gone ahead and shaped it, put some filler on it, sanded it, cleaned it all up. Now it's still got the rough spots from where the clear coat is peeled, but I'm not going to worry about that. It's an old work truck, you know. Filled in those spots as well, masked everything off. And I'm just going to come bring it to here and kind of blend it in. And we're going to shoot it with some color. And the color I got, and yes, paint in a can. Yep. Always worked for me. So, I'm going to try it again. Hopefully it won't let me down this time. But we're going to go ahead and shoot her in. Maybe I should cover up those brand new tires, huh? That would have been a smart thing to do, huh? Let me grab a blanket. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect. I don't care if it's perfect. I'm not a body man. I don't claim to be. I want it to be complete. That's my main thing. So that way I can put the chrome strip back on there. And it looks like a complete truck. Kind of fake walking into the auto parts store this morning, seeing that they actually have this color on the shelf. So that's what kind of made me pull the trigger and say, yep, we're fixing it today. So, let's see how it goes. Get my plastic out of the way. As long as it doesn't fisheye on me, I'll be happy. I'll just shoot in a light coat for now. Let that tack up and start building some coats. See if we can't cover it all up. I'll be back. Alrighty, there you go. Laid down some color, laid down some clear. The first shot of clear actually milkshaked on me, kind of fogged a little bit. Swapped out cans, went to another can and sprayed it, and it didn't milkshake, so looks pretty good. Tomorrow I'll add in the chrome, put the chrome strip on there, get this thing buttoned up. Tomorrow I got to have this thing out of the shop. I got to actually hook the trailer on, pull the trailer out and put it in the shop tomorrow. Wednesday we're going to have a severe thunder and lightning storm. They're calling for massive winds, and we're under tornado warning, so gotta button everything up, put everything away so nothing gets hurt. So gotta get this thing done tomorrow. I gotta do a, what do they call that, fuel pressure regulator on this, or IRP valve. It's a fuel pressure regulator, that's what it is. I gotta do that tomorrow as well, so I'll try to film that. It's sticking, so it's really hard to start this thing. It runs good after you get it going, and then except for when you get above, when you get about, well, I don't know, 3,000 RPMs, and it starts getting choppy. So yeah, got that on the way. Actually should be delivered here in the next couple minutes, and I'm glad I was able to get this project done. It looks pretty good. I mean, you can tell a little bit shinier than the rest, but it's a different type of clear coat. But it looks pretty good. You can see I just kind of fogged it in there. So, looks good. I think that, by golly, I think that's gonna do the trick. So, it'll look good. It'll look alright. It'll look better when it's outside. And I might scuff it up and polish it, and polish the truck up. Try to make it match, blend it in a little bit better. I don't know. We'll see. But as of right now, looks pretty good. Alright. I am going to go kick my feet up for the night. And I'll probably cook some dinner actually. And then I'll be back out here tomorrow morning. Welcome back. It is the next day. Let everything cure up. And looks pretty good. I went ahead and put the chrome strip on there. And when I did put the chrome strip on there, the chrome strip was really bright chrome, brand new looking. Obviously you can tell this is not, this is dull, this is faded, sun-baked. Actually it had a clear coat on top of it, and the clear coat is peeling too, so it's more of a gray than it is a chrome, so I couldn't exactly duplicate that, so I just roughed it up real good as best as I could. This is also a little bit smaller diameter than this. This actually has a feature strip, black feature strip underneath it. This does not. So anyway, but hey, for about $13, this is what this repair cost me. That is pretty cool. That is a decent looking repair. So, and like I said, it's just really technically work truck, you know, actually vacation truck, but that looks pretty good. It's all complete. There's no damage. Yeah, take a look from back here. Looks great. I think that'll pass grade. All right, so now I got to do the IPR valve in this fuel pressure regulator. and see if that helps the hard start issue that I am having right now. I think that's what it is. The solenoid sticking. So I got a new one. Let's give it a shot. Let's dig in under the hood and see if we can't fix this thing. Get it ready for the trip. Welcome back, everybody. I'm kind of running on limited equipment today. No mic, no button. So I don't know where all that went. Lost it. Gone. Anyway. So I got a confession to make. This is like a month later than the last clip from doing the fender repair. I just ran out of time to fix the issues that I had on the motor. So ended up, I just threw I did throw the IPR valve in there and went on vacation. And it didn't run good at all. And what I have come down to the realization is this thing's got 200,000 miles. Well, okay, 196,000 miles on it. It needs a little bit more than just throwing some solenoids in there. The fuel injectors, I'm pretty sure, are bad. So instead of spending a crazy amount like $3,000 on getting a reman kit and throwing it in there, I'm doing it myself. And so I'm going to end this video, and then we're going to pick back up on the next video, and I'm going to show you me tearing it all apart and rebuilding fuel injectors. So stay tuned.